Okay, back for day 2 on this Indian here. So, just looking things over. It leaks like a Harley. It's already leaking. Must be all those Harley parts on it. Makes it leak. So a lot of rust and corrosion on all the parts that are hard to get to, like transmission lid, rocker boxes, and stuff you got to take apart. A lot of parts to get to fix. So we're not going to do that. So over here, gotta figure out what I'm going to do with this bike motor-wise. So from what I can see, it looks like the heads have been ported out quite a bit. Those are S&S heads, and you can see how there's no fin in there. And it looks like the port's pretty damn nice because it was nice and smooth in there, unlike most polishing jobs that are rough as hell. So whoever actually worked on these heads actually knew how to port. They left the valve guide boss still in there, which is good. They fin cutted it. So it looks decent up in there. So that's a good sign. Looks like we got a bunch of something sitting settling in here. Staying there, probably gas eating on there. Now the port is polished down here and then cut out there. So someone polished the ports and then they came back and recut them out with rough textured surface. So that means there's 2 port jobs been done on this motor already. Because nobody would port it. Nobody would polish it and then come back and redo it. That doesn't make sense. So they redid it to make it better again. Polishing is not good for gas motors. So, don't know what kind of cam is in it. I'm assuming the dyno ignition is not stock. The headers are not stock. I'm going to take the thunder headers off. I'll put the stock Indian pipes on it, which are over there. Because nobody wants a modified Indian. Everybody wants a stock Indian. Those hideous handlebars they got to go bye-bye. So we'll get rid of them. I just need to get some bars to use. So everything else looks like it's going to work the way it is, more or less. Alright, so I think right now I need to get to the motor so I can see what's going on with it. The stainless oil lines hopefully are good. They're not leaking just yet, so that's a good sign. Everything's pretty wet in this area down in here for whatever reason. Looks like the trail goes forward though, so all the way to the motor. The light is on, just looks dark. So, is it oil coming from the front of the bike and just blowing back, or? Appears to be that way. It's pretty oily all the way through everything through here. So I'm assuming they just dumped the oil filter, didn't give a shit, and just let it all run all over the place. Would be my guess. The oil pump itself looks fairly dry. The push rods and all this look dry. Rocker boxes are dry, so there's no oil from the top end of the motor. The only oil is on the bottom of the motor. Even the cam cover, the oil line starts here, the last screw and goes down. So that means the cam cover is probably not leaking. So I'm guessing it's just an oil leakage problem. The filter being messy, and maybe an oil line down there somewhere has got a hole in it, who knows. But from what I can see, it all looks good. Alright, there's my phone ringing. Okay, we can go ahead and see what's going on with the push rods in this thing. Hope you can see what you're looking at there. A little bit lower might help. Alright. Okay, so to get these out, you just put a screwdriver in here and drop it down. A little bit of lube on these to kind of loosen things up a little bit. Holding right there, you're going to kind of free it up to get the slide. Like that, cover goes up. And it should go up. Yeah, that all really stiff in here. Yeah, there it goes. That was tight. See, it's got adjustable push rods in it with a shocker. be adjusted correctly. All in there. You rotate nice and tight, no free play and everything. Push rods are straight. So I'm thinking that's probably fine in there. So I think let's say the push rods are probably good. So these have a washer underneath the O-ring, so get the O-ring off of the cover and get it back inside the block. And then the cover will slip back down nice and easy. You don't have to fight it. There we go. Washer down. O-ring down also. Put a little lube on it. Down in there. I don't know why that's so tight. Should just slide right in. I don't know why it's taking so much pressure to do that. There it goes. That's weird. Never had one do that before like that. Parts are not happy with each other, obviously. We'll put it back in, just use your screwdriver and leverage it back in like that. Kind of rotate them a little bit, make sure the O-ring is happy. Get the rusty side out. Hopefully it won't leak there now that we dicked with it. Okay, so I'm good with that. Looking, the push rods are fine. I think the motor itself is probably in pretty good conditions. Everything looks good. There's no oil in the intake port. The spark plugs were dry, just full of carbon, so that's all a good sign. We still got to figure out what's going on in the ignition. This exhaust pipe, I don't really like it all that much, so I think I'm going to go ahead and yank it out next. Get rid of it. To do that, we're going to have to put a little bit of squirtum up here on the blocks. Lights on, okay. And then lubricate all the threads there. And back here. Should be some kind of a nut on that too, or just got one. Looks like there's only one nut. Yep, nothing back there. So I got one nut holding the whole exhaust pipe on. Wonderful. Quality. Okay, I'm going to get in here with a wrench and try to pull these off. Using my quarter drive for that. Okay, I'll be back and give me some tools. Okay, we're back. I've got my quarter drive set, long extension. I got a W joint here. A little extra travel. This also does an S bend like this. So not an offset, so I hope I can use a socket. Normally you can't with a frame in the way over here. But this is an Indian frame, so it has a different location than a Harley. So don't know if we need that or not. Okay, this is a 1/2-inch socket that goes in there. That part fits in there okay. Ooh, that feels a little dry. That sounds a little on the dry side. It's a good thing we got that lube in there. Just turn it freely. If it didn't, then I would stop and go back in a couple times to work the rust off. Put some more lube on it. Okay, the nut came off pretty cleanly. That's a plus. Okay, see, we have a problem getting in here like this. Okay, on the Indian I can get in here. I probably couldn't do this. But if I put this double-sided one here, we had the S offset in it, I could use this. Koken Tools makes that one that I bought last year at SEMA. Tight here. Coming. Alright. So you got a rusty nut. Okay, that one's off. Line is free. We're good. Okay, now we go to the next one. Transfer to the other side of the bike here. Back here you can probably see a little more. Okay. long extension, you're far enough away from everything, you don't hit anything when you rotate it. So. Easy. Spin them around, not hit anything, see? You're up here and tight, you're banging into everything, there's no room. It's hard to work with it. Use a Phillips screwdriver to hold the nut to get it out without dropping it. This we use a real long extension, the center one down here. Clear everything. Came off pretty easy. Long-winded, but it's coming. Goes. Okay. We'll drop back to our muffler bolts over here. Just a ½ inch wrench. Okay. Drop to our ½ inch socket here. Tight in here, but you can get in there with this. Barely, but it works. It's still attached to something here, so there's some other nut on here. Nope, it's just got the one, it just felt tight. Bracket moves around a lot. Okay, wiggle around until it falls off. Flanges out. One center header is out. Big one. Okay, we'll be back.